God, please don't let it be a cliff. I'm pretty well cliffed out all along here. It's just a completely vertical cliff. It is going to be a very long day. I'm out of water. My tongue is freaking dry. I'm thirsty. I'm starting to get cramps in my legs. When I was probably 10 years old, I'd say, I was at a yard sale with my parents, and there was this huge tote full of magazines, and there's an old man there. He said, you know what, if you're gonna read those magazines, you can just have that whole tote. So it's like never passing up an opportunity for some free stuff, but got home, and what it was a Bugle magazine, you know, the magazine put out by the Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation. You know, and at that time, I really didn't even know the difference between, you know, a lot of these species and stuff, what they were called. But I read every single magazine in there and was just enthralled at this beautiful creature, you know, made these odd sounds and these adventures that you have to go on in order to even get close to him. It took me around 27 years to actually pull the trigger on it, to actually go out and hunt and get after these things. So when we took off driving, you know, how do you break down a 24-hour road trip? We just hit it head on, basically. We just drove the entire way almost, like, besides getting gas and stopping to eat once, we just drove the whole thing straight through. We kept thinking, if we get tired, we'll stop. You know, and we traded off driving, but, you know, the guy in the passenger seat no more than maybe nodded off a few times, but other than that, we both stayed awake the entire time. McLean was, you know, thumbing through Facebook, I think, on the way there, and he was like, hey, it's Smith's birthday, you know, and we were meeting Smith there, so it was like, well, we got to get a birthday cake. And so then that was like the extra motivation, put us over the top to just get there as fast as possible. You know, it worked out. When we got there, he was out scouting and glassing, so started on his birthday cake. This is Smith's happy birthday cake. His surprise birthday cake. Melting the butter for the birthday cake. Yep. The old Dutch oven cake there. Birthday cake. Got the tacos going. Destroyed our first piece of gear.
Be alright.
It'll be alright. Yeah.
It was right there.
We should have got onions and peppers, and that's the best taco with zero fixings I've ever had.
Is it?
I just put all of them in. I don't know how old he is or anything, but
No, I just
figured
have to eat the rest of those tacos.
We could just tell him we never made tacos.
And when he got back that night, we had his birthday cake all ready for him.
Look at him. It's like dynamite. Is this thing gonna explode?
I don't know what's going on with those candles.
These fucking candles. They're like sparkling and burning fast as shit.
Are you singing?
Hell yeah, we're singing.
Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday, dear Sean. Happy birthday to me.
Better blow those things out before they explode.
They are straight candles.
I swear I did not mean to do that.
They do not.
I just grabbed the cheapest one.
They didn't say straight
No.
candles. That's funny.
What kind of bull crap is that? Oh man. That first day was just a lot of hiking, a lot of getting out there. It was so cool to be there, to see everything, and just try to be in the moment. You know, it was sort of surreal for me. You know, I've been in the mountains before, many times, but never with the goal of pursuing, you know, and having a tag in my pocket. So it was pretty spectacular. I was on cloud 9. Idaho is just such rugged country. I mean, it takes a long time to get anywhere. And I wanted to be on the safe side, you know, conserve some energy, because I had no idea what I was getting into. So most of the first day, just hiking in, scouting, and getting camp set up. Yeah, it's a rub.
I mean, I don't know elk, but it's...
Yeah, I mean, you can see where it's peeled up. It's a rub, yeah.
Let me know when you're videotaping so I can suck in and flex a little bit.
Looking at this thing, no matter the circumstances in life, this tree has found the strength to grow.
I was gonna ruin it and say it just seems lazy to me. I'm glad I didn't, because that was good.
Well,
life is all about perspective.
I would have just turned the camera like.
it's like a lime green, right?
Kind
It
of
looks kind of like that green gum.
I kind of want to paint like one of my bedrooms that color, like maybe the master bedroom.
I was thinking of doing like a
Camo pattern.
topography
Yeah,
on my gun and using that color.
that would be cool.
That looks pretty fresh, because look at
Well,
these.
I mean, if somebody walked, they would have easily covered that up. So,
right.
because that's loose gravel. Yeah. Roughly 2 miles into this trail, I think we have a little bit of a stretch to go, and then find a little place to camp and then head out from there. But it feels good to be on the trail.
I just kind of want to get to the...
I just seen the trail go past the campground.
What was that flat area? In the camp.
Shoulder. God dang, this is pretty.
This is awesome. That's why I do this, hunt or no hunt.
Yeah.
As long as the bacteria is dead.
Sure.
What's a bug gonna do to me? Or should I not?
Maybe we should run a filter and then we could bacteria. I don't know.
I mean, it might be more protein.
Yeah.
Would I be dumb for drinking it?
I mean, it's your body, you know.
What's up, guys? It's the end of the first day that we've actually got to hunt. So most of it was just coming in, scouting, and then setting up camp. So we're gonna get started really hunting hard tomorrow morning. We'll be out here for 3 days. That's about how much supplies we have. We got to our base camp last evening, and a lot of that was just hiking and scouting a little bit, but mostly just trying to get to our camp. So we had light to set up. And today is the first day of real hunting. So nobody in this group has been over this way, so I was just planning to kind of just see what's over here, see if it's any kind of potential for glassing, and scout, see if there's any fresh sign. And then the plan is to be doing that basically all day and then come back a little bit before dark or a little after dark and kind of report back what I've seen. And they're going to be up in a spot where they've seen an elk, and they seen an elk last year, and they're going to do some glassing from that point. And then hopefully one of us has a little bit of intel to get us closer. It is relatively fresh. Definitely hit the end of the line here. I'm definitely not climbing that by myself with no ropes. So I think if I skirt along here, I can dip into that valley, because it looks like there's an opening in there, and I know we could see it from the other side, but I want to get closer to that. Because you can glass a lot of area, but the area that you can glass doesn't look very good. So I think instead of glassing, I'm just going to keep going. I think it'd be a waste of time. It's pretty dry, but it's here. This right here is pretty fresh. It's dry on the top, but inside there is fresh. Still plenty moist. Everything's pushed down right here. Like they've been bed, and it looks like a deer bed, but just way bigger. And there's prints everywhere. That and all the droppings I've been finding, I'd say there's a few in here at least that are at least hanging around this area and bedding down here. Hopefully another bedding area. So I moved out quite a little ways from the base camp. Came down into a bog. It's really, really, really thick all behind me. Just really soft ground, lots of mud. You know, you kind of sink down. It's really spongy and lots of brush. But I did find multiple bedding areas, fresh scat, fairly fresh scat, lots and lots of prints, tracks. So they're moving around through there, you know, sporadically. So I came up here, climbed as high as I could get before I was kind of exposed, and just sat and ate my lunch, called a little bit. And I think the plan now, if you can see over this way, I'm pretty well cliffed out all along here. It's just a completely vertical cliff, several hundred feet. So, but it's about a 45-degree angle on these loose rocks at the bottom here. And so I think if I get on the very edge of that and skirt through it, I would rather walk, you know, on a 45-degree level, like skirting that, than I would through all of this thick crap. Because you can see it's freaking just brambles and crap everywhere. It's really rough to get through, and then lots of deadfall, lots of mud. So it's slow going and it's wearing me out. And so I'm just gonna try to push up to that, and I'll be exposed a little bit, but I'm just gonna try to stay near the tree line and just skirt along that. Closer you get to this, the more daunting it looks. But that's what I just came from, and I'm really tired of walking through that. Definitely some sort of den in there. These rocks look a lot smaller from way down there. Whew. Okay. Onward we go. Whew. Yeah, another possible den there. Looks like some of that moss is worn down, like something's going in and out of it. A lot bigger too. That could definitely house a bear. You sure can see a lot though. Big bonus. There's a lot of work to get up here though. And I still gotta make it back because I didn't bring any of my sleeping gear. It's bear scat. That dude's probably not used to seeing people. He looked like he was ready to pick a fight. I almost wonder if that was a bear digging around in this, digging something up, but I just really don't know. Very fresh. Right on the trail. Just a whole lot of black bear scat in this area. I'll actually find a trail that I can walk on that's away from, because it was getting thick and I was making slow time, so popped out on this trail. Now I'm making pretty decent time, but lots and lots of bear scat around here. Finally found a good spot to glass. A lot of bear droppings out here. Ran into a couple other hunters, and one of them said they killed a bear, a black bear, a couple days ago, somewhere along this trail. They're definitely active around here, and it seems like pretty good habitat for them. Lots of little nooks and crannies to hide, and lots of berries to eat, vegetation. So, you know, all in all, I don't know if I want to kill a bear this early, but a couple more days go by, if I don't see any elk, a bear is looking better and better all the time. You know, just bring something home, put in the freezer. We hiked probably nearly 5 miles in, I think. Let's try to get to this glassing spot. So I'm looking this way, basically the way we came, over this lake, which is about 800 yards away. On the backside over here, we have another lake. The problem over there is we got smoke rolling in, but there's a lot of area to cover. I'm gonna sit here and glass for a little while before I make any decisions. Pretty little lake way down there. Well, we're getting up there now. Getting pretty high. Good scenery. Still a whole lot of nothing as far as sightings. This part we really gotta watch your step. So I'm kind of banking, taking this trail far enough that if I was to turn back now and go the route I went and I came from, there's no way I'd make it till dark. So I'd be going through thick brush and dark to make it back to the camp. So I'm hoping and praying that I can come off this trail and come up and over the mountain and then make it down to the lake from the other side. Because if not, it is going to be a very long day and a very long night. That is beautiful when the sun hits that lake and that water's just sparkling. Gosh dang, that is beautiful. It's really hard to hunt because I just keep stopping and just taking it all in. Almost forget I'm out here trying to accomplish a goal here. But if you don't stop and appreciate it, you'll miss it. walking through this place thinking, man, this is thick. Bears could be all over the place. Lots of rocks, lots of dens. And then right there, that nice big print right there looks like a black bear track. So you can see also how all the weeds are kind of pushed over. They kind of like just hanging out in here. This almost kind of looks like a trail. So I'm gonna try to get off of it and get up there, and then I'm gonna try to come back here and maybe glass a little tomorrow to see if I can glass up a bear or an elk. Either one would be cool to see. Again, lots of bear crap everywhere, all over this place. So there's something hanging out in here. Headed for that cut right there. I think it'll be the easiest place to pass. I hope anyway. Worst case scenario, there's a cliff on the other side. One of these I know looks like I can cross over. And I sure hope so, because I'm looking at 3:15 right now. I don't have a whole lot of time before it's going to start getting dark. I'm ready to be back at camp. Literal mountain in my way. Legs are starting to cramp out. I'm out of water. I'm doing okay on time if I just take it slow, steady. The key is that I can get across somewhere that's halfway safe. Oh, I should be able to see the lake when I come over here. But God, please don't let it be a cliff. I think it's a cliff. Yes, it's a very steep cliff. There's our campsite. Way down there. Oh boy. Oh, I could really go for some water. Oh, come on, get out of the way. So making my way down, yeah, there's just no safe place to get down. I could see the lake, I could see the campsite, but there's just no safe way to do it, and I'm not taking the risk. So the safe bet is to go down here. I'm out of water, my tongue is freaking dry, I'm thirsty, I'm starting to get cramps in my legs. So it's a tease. You can see the lake. I know I have probably another hour to go before I get there. At least I'll have water. And then I can decide if I'm gonna camp out there by the lake or if I'm gonna try to make it back to our other camp, which it's definitely gonna be a walk in the dark. As you can see, I'm walking home in the dark. Not the plan, but I'm making headway. Still out of water, so I gotta get to a lake.
So I ended up running out of battery. I was out in the dark for many hours, and I mean, going through all that thick stuff again in the dark and bear country, mountain lion country, it was pretty nerve-wracking, honestly. And I was just tired of walking. I was ready to get my boots off and get laid down. And the whole time I'm thinking, they're not even like, they haven't got me on the GPS, you know, try to get a hold of me, see where I'm at. You know, I told them I'd be back around dark. You know, this is 2 hours past dark and counting, and no one's checked up on me. I've sent them messages on the GPS, nothing back. But when I got back, it turns out they had sent me multiple messages and were pretty worried about me, actually. It turns out we just had the the wrong app downloaded, so we weren't able to like communicate. We got that fixed, but yeah, I was really pretty sure they did not care if I fell off a cliff or something.
Day 2 of all day hunting.
Day 2.
Let's get it. Let's get it done.
The deuce.
On that
Yeah, you
rock.
gotta find a rock that doesn't like go upward.
No, I like this. Oh man. You know that how Remy Warren says you gotta find your adventure team? You just gotta find people that make you laugh, right? Just stay on this band and we'll be fine.
So I expended a lot of energy yesterday, but did get a lot of scouting done. Came in late last night, and so rested a little bit. So today, plan is to do a lot of glassing. Not as much traveling around. You know, number one, to kind of recuperate, but mostly because I think that is probably the best plan of action. Sort of save my energy, try to see if I can spot something, and then you know, I can stalk from there. But got a lookout here. You can see a lot of area, and I stuck with the other guys today too. So by being spaced out on this glassing point, we're gonna be able to cover a whole lot of area. So I think it'll be good. Put some time in glassing. You probably can't hear it, but there's a lot of howling over there. The wolves are going wild. Day 3, due to lack of game, just not seeing anything. Packing up camp, moving back to the trucks. Get a fresh start. Yeah, there's no carcass, just feathers. Do you guys want to say anything? Any last words for Leroy?
Leroy, I hope you're still doing good, but if not,
You were a good camp chicken. Sorry to see this. Hopefully God gives you grace in a good afterlife.
Amen.
I have nothing to say because Leroy made it.
That's a lot of confidence.
Oh yeah.
So this day was just hiking out. We decided to try a new spot and give it a whirl in another spot.
That's good coffee. That second lake's pretty nice over there. Definitely a different kind of landscape. Yeah, you're really gonna like the first lake when you're going up. You get real high and then you can look way down into the valley and you see the lake. It's pretty cool. Actually, they're both pretty cool looking, but the first one you get way up high and you can see so far. Yeah, if we could just get one round off of that, I think it would keep us warm all night. We could always roll it.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
It's pretty good.
that stuff could have already been laying on the ground, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm good. So we climbed to a great glassing point. The only problem with the glassing point is that it doesn't have any water. So climbed down on the other side of this ridge to grab some water, thinking, you know, we could just fill up once a day or whatever. But it was a trek and ended up, you know, when we're filtering water and whatnot, it takes time, you know, plus the travel up. It was almost probably 2 hours just getting water. So we're not sure if that's really feasible or not. We have, I think, 20 liters that we packed up the mountain and we have filtered or ready to filter. So we have a little bit to last us, but I'd say once we run out of water, we have a lake on both sides of the ridge, the way we came, and want to keep going down the trail. And so we're gonna glass for as long as we can, and then until we run out of water, basically. What do you guys think about the water situation?
It sucks.
What water exactly?
I haven't had water in 3 days.
So, as you can see, we're at like 7,300 feet right now. Dry. The water is down at 6,800. 66. It's low.
It's not ideal.
It is not ideal. And this old geezer ass, I can't now. I'm like trying to trek up the mountain. Can't do it. We'll get him to come though.
I'm not even sure what day it is anymore of hunting. But we're over halfway, I think, through our hunt, and it's kind of stuck up on this glassing knob. This is probably one of the best, if not the best, places to glass. We're on a ridge, so we can see all this behind me, and then if you climb up, look over the other ridge, you can see another lake and quite a bit over there as well. So pretty good glassing. And with the water situation that I mentioned, you know, that's the closest water supply down there. And it probably doesn't look super far, but it takes a couple hours to go down there, filter all the water, and then pack all the water back up to our campsite. And so we're just kind of glassing just to kind of conserve, you know, our energy and not have to consume as much water, so we don't have to go back down there a few times as possible, because the trip it takes time, and it wears us out for no reason. So, you know, most of the trip we've spent just kind of moving around and constantly calling and moving, and so we're gonna try the glassing and sort of use our eyes to do our moving around for us and searching for us. So we've got a lot of ground to cover between 3 guys, you know, so it could produce something. We have high hopes. We were getting water down there. We found lots of bear droppings, bear scat, a few look like either mule deer or white-tailed deer tracks around the lake. So there's something here, or there was something here. So we can just hope kind of for the best, see if it produces anything. Here are my long johns, which is one benefit of sleeping where you're going to glass. Just kind of waiting for the sun to peek up over the horizon. Can't see much now, but here's to hoping we see something today. Last night I brought my mummy sleeping bag. It's a smaller sleeping bag, so I could pack more food and be out here longer. And felt like I was in a straitjacket the entire night, so I didn't sleep that well. Pretty dark down there on the west side of the mountain until that sun pops up. And then starts uncovering all those little spots and nooks and crannies. Glassing this kind of same spot has just gotten redundant, so I've climbed down the ridge line, not too awful far, but I discovered I can see into this tree line so much better. I can see a lot of open ground inside of that green timber area, whereas from the other angle it's pretty well blocked. You can see a few patches, but it's nothing like this. The bonus of being on a thinner ridge line is I can see down in the lake on the other side as well too. Not as well because the sun's hitting it right now, but I can see, you know, all of this valley and stuff down here, so pretty good spot now. I like this spot. So hang out here until this evening, see if anything's moving. The last time that I spent trudging around in the mountains with a rifle was in Afghanistan, so this landscape is much more beautiful. there's how you get deep, boys. Get you a plane ride. Breakfast on the mountain. Can't beat this view. After 2 mornings and 2 evenings of glassing, I think this place is pretty well devoid of any big game animals that want to come out anyway. Whatever was here that left sign is not here now. So it's the last day, last full day. I think we're gonna have to go get down off of this mountain. We're almost out of water anyway. Push really hard this last day. Get aggressive, call, try to make something happen. For whatever reason, whether it be hunting pressure, which I haven't seen much out this far, but you know, towards the trailheads and stuff, there's been a lot of day hikers and hunters, day hunters, and a few that were staying out on the trails. We've also had surprise fires to deal with, as well as hearing wolves a few nights ago, and you know, whatever else has pushed them further out. So last day, we're gonna give it our best effort to try to make something happen.
So, you know, we didn't get the result that we wanted. We didn't see any game. You know, we didn't see bears, we didn't see elk. We covered a ton of ground and we worked hard. And you know, if we'd have just kind of drove around in the truck, or even just like, you know, not put everything that we had into it, it would have been like, you know, we would have went out of there thinking with regrets. But I really do believe that we gave a lot, I mean, a tremendous amount of effort into finding game and trying to get be successful. They just weren't there for whatever reason. You know, I have no idea why, whether it be wolves or other hunters or whatever, but they just weren't there, and we couldn't find them. And so I just kept thinking, you know, as the hunt ended, you know, I got to experience an amazing adventure. And really, when I signed up to go elk hunting, I think that's what I was after, was an adventure. I was there with, you know, incredible people. I had a blast. It was an adventure.
Ready?
Yep.
And really, I think that's what I was truly after. And you can try to draw
We're doing this together.
year after year and try to get to the best places with the most game. You can even go out and spend, you know, a lot of money on a guide to up your chances. And there's nothing wrong with any of those methods, but, you know, for me, financially, it just didn't make sense. It was enough money out just to get a tag anywhere. It was a low probability unit, and I knew that going in, but you know, I could sit on the couch year after year and keep trying to draw some of these better places, or I can just go for it and get out and hunt. And you know, that's what we chose to do, and we gained a lot of knowledge. We went on quite an adventure, and I think that's what all of us craved, so we got what we came for.
I see why people invest in lightweight stuff now.
Yeah.